Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the NXT review for the 10th of August 2021, otherwise known as the wrestling brand I'd least like to be on if I was in the sport at this moment with all the cutbacks as of late. We open with Dakota Kai coming in against Saray. Kai pins Saray clean to end the undefeated streak, so that proves that we're not really putting any time behind her. Maybe she's going to be let go soon enough. The match is very good for what it is. Raquel Gonzalez runs in afterwards for a post-match save. Kai is aggressive in the early part of the matches. A bunch of counter wrestling and actually much better than it had any right to be. Kitch caught with a bridging half crab leg lock. Kai gets a rope break. Saray comes back stomping her. Saray executes a perfect plex before the show goes picture in a picture. Commercial break. Fighting spirit exchange as show returns, and Saray stomps Kai. Saray suplexes her, hits a bunch of strikes. Saray delivers a drop kick, and then Saray comes back with near falls on Kai. Saray takes actually the majority of the match, and Saray delivers a spin kick and goes for a running kick. Kai then cuts off, boot to the face in the corner, and Kai covers Saray for the pinfall. Kai goes to kick her again, and ultimately there's a run-in by Gonzalez. There's a grudge match between the two with the title on the upcoming takeover card. Anyway, Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis are going on their first date. Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano are still not happy, but Gargano said they must make it work for the family's sake. Dexter arrives with flowers. Gargano invites him inside the house. LeRae and Gargano are acting like overprotective parents, and this is just goofy. Ilya Dragunov, sponsored by a Sonic vignette. He has a segment on the show after the commercial break. Promo by Hit Row, standing around a fire in a barrel. They burn a mask of Legado del Fantasma. Pete Dunne defeats Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov said that he is not a man of words. He's on the path he's on. Words don't mean anything. Pain means something. The struggle to mean something is something he's battled with for his whole life. He puts his strength into his fist rather than his words, and then he will witness chaos, and he has an unbeatable kingdom, and he will face defeating Walter to become the NXT UK champion at the next takeover. Pete Dunne interrupts Dragunov, and Dunne said that he is due a thank you. Dunne said he carried Europe on his back, and Dunne claimed Dragunov is not getting the title match. Had he stayed in Europe, Dunne said he would put Dragunov in his place a long time ago. Dragunov responds with this and says Dunne has big words, but Dragunov said that he's here because of himself. Dragunov vows to beat Walter, and then they kind of change around and charge around. Dragunov reminds Dunne that Dunne never beat Walter. Dragunov challenged Dunne to a match. Dunne said after tonight Dragunov would not make it to TakeOver. LA Knight laments Cameron Grimes backstage, and they're talking. Knight orders Grimes to put the $1 million belt on Knight's shoulder. $1 million champion LA Knight with Cameron Grimes defeats Andre Chase. I don't even really know who Chase is. Knight pins Chase in a very short match. Chase starts off going crazy. Knight quickly cuts him off. Headlock DDT and gets the win. Knight orders Grimes in the ring. Orders him to kneel at his feet. And $1 Million Man comes out. DiBiase said this is going too far. Who knows? Grimes is a man of his word. DiBiase said Grimes has more going for him and being a butler. DiBiase told Grimes he believes in him, and the fans believed in him. Knight cuts DiBiase off. Knight threatens to punch him in the mouth again. Grimes warned against that. DiBiase tells Knight to shut his mouth. DiBiase tells Grimes he could be anything he wants to be. DiBiase said Grimes wants to be a champion. DiBiase challenged Knight for the $1 million title to put the title on the line. Knight shoots down the idea, saying that he's already beat Grimes twice. Knight agreed to the match takeover anyway, and then Knight added a stipulation to the match. If Knight retains against Grimes, DiBiase becomes Knight's new butler. DiBiase is a gambling man and agreed to this. Match takes place at TakeOver 36. Vignette hyping Judy Dolan. She warned NXT roster she's running over everyone and she's not doing it alone. Dolan with JC Jane defeats Amber Miller. Dolan pins Miller in a short match. Miller shows some fire, but Dolan cuts her off. Dolan wins after executing Cobra Twist bomb, and Dolan looks strong in the win. Skits continue. Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis on their date. LeRae she's trying to spy on them in the restaurant, but gets her cover blown in the process. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly face off. William Regal serves as the moderator, and security's there. They each get to pick one stip in the match, and Regal picks the final stip. So there's 3 stipulations in one match. What a waste. Anyway, O'Reilly starts off. He says there's a lot of different stipulations, but a loss to Cole at the Great American Bash didn't sit well with him. O'Reilly picked a straight wrestling match for the first fall, so we're doing 2 out of 3 falls. O'Reilly resonating with the loss in a straight-up match would hurt Cole's ego more than a chair shot to the head. Cole responds that O'Reilly is predictable. O'Reilly is delusional that he's better than Cole. He picks a street fight for the second fall. O'Reilly said that he'd be willing to do anything to put Cole down for good. Cole called him a moron for 13 years. Cole said that O'Reilly's been riding on his coattails. And O'Reilly will never beat Adam Cole. Cole calls himself the greatest NXT superstar ever. Cole called O'Reilly a footnote in Cole's career. Cole then goes on to call O'Reilly soft. And then they tie up in a pull-apart. Regal yelled the third fall would be a steel cage, should they get that far, which obviously they will. Tommaso Ciampa, flanked by Timothy Thatcher, cuts a promo on Ridge Holland. Thatcher meets Holland in a match next week on NXT. MSK and Imperium cut promos on each other for upcoming matches, apparently. Odyssey Jones defeats Trey Baxter in the Breakout Tournament semi-final match. Jones pins Baxter. Jones advances to the tournament final. Match is short and kind of a David versus Goliath, but Goliath wins in the end in this particular one. Samantha Irving interviews Jones after the match. He's set and shouts out his mom. Then we go to Boa with Mei Ying defeating Drake Maverick. Boa wins after outside interference. Mei Ying gets thrown out to join Boa at ringside. She interferes in the match. Maverick gets manhandled early, comes back for a dive to the outside. Ying spits missed. Then they do more of the dating skits, and there's Johnny Gargano disguises himself poorly as a waiter. They're teasing Cake in the face, and there's more spying on the date going on. Prime Target video package airs, hyping Samoa Joe carrying Cross. Takeover, Joe and Cross face-to-face go-home episode of the program, and then we go to the main event. Pete Dunne defeating Ilya Dragunov. Dunne pins Dragunov in a decent match. Walter causes distraction during the match and attacks Dragunov after the match. Basic grappling in the beginning of the match. Match is good. Match gets better from there. Dunne has a bunch of kicks and some slaps. Dragunov answers back with a pretty snug lariat. Dragunov fires up with a bunch of offense and hits a flying knee from the ropes. And Dunne nails Dragunov with an uppercut in midair. Match goes through picture-in-picture break because we don't know how to time things. Dunne is working over Dragunov, and the show returns from break despite getting kicked in the face. Dragunov fights back, trade strikes with Dunne, and a bunch of counters and exchanges leading to a double down and some near falls. Certainly probably one of the best technical matches in WWE in a long time. Dunne goes for the bitter end, but is confronted by Dragunov, or countered by Dragunov. Dunne then keeps targeting the arm. Dragunov fights off, and German suplex for yet another near fall. Senton bomb off the top by Dragunov. Walter comes out and distracts Dragunov. Dunn tries for the bitter end and a sneak attack. Dragunov fights off and counters the bitter end again. Dragunov goes for a tornado and Dunn blocks the attempt. Dunn then hits a bitter end and pins Dragunov. Walter attacks Dragunov post-match, but Dragunov hits Walter with a torpedo and then knocks Walter out of the ring. Dragunov poses with the UK belt to end the show. Don't know why we need a UK brand if we're doing cutbacks, but anyway. In any event, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.